Hello and welcome to the Lifeguard Shack. This is a podcast presented to you by Robert Glover and the guys over at the Lifeguard Shack. Today we're going to be discussing some various topics that have been circling around the world and in our mind and that we want to get out to you. So I hope you enjoy. So we're going to start off with Ridiculousness, the TV show. This is one of my favorite TV shows to watch. It's one of our favorite TV shows as the Lifeguard Shack. The show's been around for a while now, and if you haven't seen it, the work speaks for itself over on MTV. Their show is just truly one of a kind. Like, I haven't seen any show like it, and with that same format that they have, it's inevitable not to like. I like how they also bring in a lot of different characteristics with guests, and I like the dynamic that Stilo, Chanel, and Rob Dyrdek all bring together with their three-man weave, I would call it, that they have a comedy. Like, Rob Dyrdek starting off is a great host. He's probably the best host for the show, and I wish I knew more on how he came to light with the show, but I just don't have the resources right now for that. And along with that, how he got to choose his co-hosts like he chose Stilo and Chanel, like those two co-hosts are phenomenal. So with that, the show it's just super candid and I love it. And with that, you kind of see how those clips are kind of correlating to viral social media moments. Like, I've seen some David Dobrik clips on Ridiculousness before. I've seen just like funny clips I've probably seen on World Star on there before. It's just a lot of different aspects that the show brings. And I'm not saying that they steal clip ideas. I'm just saying that they bring good clip ideas onto the show. And with their segments where it's like a certain phrase or a word, and they'll use like 4 or 5 clips, like that part of the show makes it so much better. And that's why I love watching the show. And it's always on. It's always on too. Like, every time I look at MTV, I go on the TV guide, it's always on. And I'm like, wow, the show, like, they're really filling the time slot too. So it's good work, and it really shows how good they're doing over there. Along with that, you kind of see how it's like TikTok, but a show, and that's why I kind of like it. Like, because the clips are actually good clips. They're random too, just like TikTok. TikTok has a lot of random clips. Every clip is different on there, but it correlates to TikTok in a way because, like, with those random clips, it's not an algorithm or anything like that in an app way. I'm just talking clip wise, like the clips correlate to each other, and then like you kind of see how where people get their humor from and within these clips that they're bringing to light. That's why I like it a lot. And it just is something that you gotta just take in when you're watching. Like, and that just building a brand like that is something that I want to build the Lifeguard Shack too. Lifeguard Shack right now we're working on the upload process for our IG, and it's been on a different type of schedule than we thought. We're changing it up a little bit. We might do like news or media. We might just do clothing, but we don't know for sure yet. We're still deciding on if we want to take the clothing route. The clothing route has been on our mind for a while now. That was the initial idea, but a lot of people are doing the clothing idea, so it's kind of like, do I want to feed into this market that everyone's doing, or start something new that's going to be innovative and change the market and make everyone say, okay, let's do our stuff like that. I mean, it's easy to say, hard to do, but that's where I want to head with this Lifeguard Shack. And like, with that, deciding on if we're still going to take the clothing route. If we do take the clothing route, we might have possible drops this year, or it could take up to next year. You never know with the clothing timeline. So, and I'm new to the business and new to the game, so it's going to be difficult finding some boundaries that I've never been able to set before in a clothing brand. And I don't know exactly how I want to do it yet. So that's why we're taking certain strategic routes that we're taking now to figure out how we're going to do it. So with that, we've been figuring out who we want to give our energy to. Are we giving it to the wrong people or to the right people? And bounces off of this main idea of like, is giving your energy, because it's not really a main idea, I will say, per se, but it's an idea that, like, are you giving your energy to the wrong people? It's 2023, people. Like, How are you living? Are you giving your energy to the right people? Are you making those right conscious decisions? Like, because eventually the perception it gives over time, it's gonna do dividends to you. Either you're gonna be looking like someone that is a people pleaser, or someone that is just there for the moment, or you never know. Like, you could be there forever because you're just continuously giving. There's nothing wrong with continuous giving, but make sure you're giving that right energy to the right people, because giving the energy to the wrong people, it can do so much. It can do so much damage to you, because like you're just in this state of mind that, oh well, I'm giving, and my perception over time is just like this person, for their perception of you over time is like, this person's gonna give it to me no matter what, so I might as well just go to them. And then yeah, if you want a friend, I get it, but you don't have to go that far in that extreme to make a friend or to make a business partner a conscious decision on if that person's right for you. Now, I'm not saying this is friendships, because I don't do this with my friendships. I'm a genuine friend. So there's always that aspect of it, but you just gotta think about that part of life almost. And like, because eventually you're being a victim to your own freedom. If you're just a people pleaser and a giver, like, I'm gonna give my energy to the wrong people, eventually you're killing off your own freedom, because you can be using individual time to do so much more. That's why I, like myself, think that you should definitely have friends, but you should be alone for a solid state of time, like just to take in what's going on, just to take in how things are going, to look at what you need to do, what's going bad, what's going good, because like eventually you're gonna have to figure it out, and that's just how you figure it out. It's alone. No one else can give you to what you need. I mean, they can, but they have to be one genuine human being. You don't run into people like that in the real world. Like, in the real world, it's different. Like, it's not like that at all. So make sure you're not being a victim to your freedom and giving energy to the wrong people, because 2023 and life is about being a giver, but not giving the energy to the wrong people. And with that, we're going to move on to the next topic, and it's being subject to discovery, because as you see, giving energy to the wrong people can be one topic, but being subject to discovery is another, because once you open your mind to the opposing argument, you kind of see that they actually had a point after all, and it wasn't just a one-sided argument, that you were just delivering all of your takes and all your points to them. It wasn't just this one-sided debrief. It was more of a conversation. It was more of like a squander. And that's why I say it's good to have friends, but don't give them your energy 100% when you can be subject to discovery. You be open to their argument, like I'm saying, but don't be 100% give. And when you build an open mind and diversify, that is when you become the ultimate human being, I feel like. Because with the open mind, you're able to diversify. And those are both two separate things, but you can make them one. That's why it's so important. Because with an open mind, you can say, you know what, I'm going to try this. And if it doesn't work, okay, screw it. But I'm going to diversify with that. So I'm going to try it. But I might not do it this way. I'm going to do it this way that this person told me, so I can diversify it. That is why I think that open mind and diversify is huge. That, like, building an open mind and diversifying is just like, it's something that everyone should do and should have. And along with that, you should find something new that you can branch off of. Like, because branching off is something that you're going to eventually have to do once you build that open mind and diversify. Branching off comes with, okay, I've made this solid ground. Now I can do this avenue, and this avenue. Instead of just having one avenue, like, you have multiple avenues. And you can't even relate that to money sometimes, where you have different avenues coming in from just branching off. Like, oh, I'm going to try this investment, try this investment, try this investment. One of those investments might crack. One of those investments might hit. And that's just like branching off. One of those investments that you're bringing out or trying out might hit. And that can be good. They can be really, very good. You never know. It's life. Look at the numbers. Let the numbers tell you. Yeah, just look at the numbers. Let the numbers tell you. You never know unless you know for sure. But yeah, leaving it at what's meant to be in conversations, relationships, and the future. That is something that is like something that I've thought about for a while. Leaving it at what's to be, like a conversation. Like, okay, yeah, you're in an argument, but just leave it. You don't have to get that last word out. It's not worth it sometimes. Like, you could always save it for someone else. You can save it for anything else, but just leave it, Like that future, like leaving it at what's to be. Sometimes you just gotta leave it at what's to be. If it's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be. Try again, another route. That's where that open mind and diversifying comes in. That's where being given that solo time to yourself comes in. When you start leaving it at what's to be, because then you never know what the future can be until you put an exclamation point on what's to be. Just like building relationships. Relationships are huge, but like sometimes you gotta leave it at what's to be. Like, what is it going to be? Is it going to be this or that? Because things change over time. Everything's not always the same. Times get tough, and tough people last. But tough times make tough people. I'm not going to steal someone else's quote, but you know what I mean. And with that, I'm going to close this off with the closing remarks. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. And with that, I'm going to sign off. See you guys later. Have a nice evening. Thank you for tuning in. In 2023, we're bringing more of these podcasts to you. Have a good day. I'm out.